Hey everyone, welcome to another Dirt Trax walk around video. Today we've got the 2022 Outlander MAX XT. Please note, like I said, this is the 2022. This unit is available with the 62 horsepower 650 ROTAX engine, but for 2023, this unit does not feature that 650 engine. And oddly, the 650 engine doesn't appear anywhere in the Can-Am lineup in 2023 except the Outlander 6x6 DPS, which is actually kind of a pretty cool unit, to be honest with you. I'm kind of hoping that we get one of those delivered to us next year. I loves me a 6x6, what can I say? Anyhow, let's go over some of the details of what this package comes with, what the XT package comes with here. Obviously, it's a Max, so it's got a 2-up seat, so we're looking at that, but we've got these beautiful front and rear bumpers. These are actually really cool looking. I would actually put these on a base model if I was going to upgrade. You've also got 26-inch ITP Terracross tires are wrapped around these beautiful 14-inch aluminum wheels. This is not a square tire setup, so you've got 10s in the backs and 8s in the fronts. I'm not a huge square tire setup guy myself. I find that wider fronts make steering heavier than it needs to be. Call me an idiot, call me crazy, call me names, I don't really care. Let's talk about it online. That's fine by me. That's just my personal opinion, but reality is this is what I think an ATV tire setup should be. Anyhow, that's just me. You've also got a 3,500 pound winch in the front, which is pretty amazing. And like I said, you've got a 650, the 650 engine, which is a great engine. Probably one of my favorites in the model lineup. Now, this Max has an 8-inch longer wheelbase than the 1-up XT, okay? And what you get for that is this area right in here. You've got this higher area up here for your passenger with these raised foot pegs, but there is tons of room here. There's tons of room in the saddle. You get to use your full seat so they're not like nut to butt and squishing right up against you, you know? And then they've got a really nice, comfortable passenger seat with these multi-position hand grips. And when I say multi-position, I don't mean that like it folds and twists and everything like that. I'm meaning the passenger can grip anywhere along here, wherever they're comfortable with their riding. And it is a really comfortable seat. And again, there's tons of room in here, so you're not squished up or anything, and it's a really nice vehicle. Now, again, the cool thing about this Max is you can remove this seat and ride 1-up. It kind of looks like a 1-up machine, a longer version of a 1-up machine, performs just as well. So I'm just going to show you real quick how to take this seat off. Basically, it just pops right off here, pull it forward, and it comes right off. Now, I'm pretty sure that there is a panel that's supposed to be included with this machine that goes right in here. Our unit doesn't have one. It wasn't delivered with one, but maybe someone in the comments could just confirm, anyone who has a Max can tell me whether or not this actually does come with that stock. I wish I had that information, guys. Sorry I don't, but hey, let's all work together in the comments section and figure that out for me. The cool thing is though, this comes, you can get link attachments for this. Like the link accessories catalog is ridiculous. You can get like a 1-up, like a box or something here, a storage box. So you can store all your valuables and it looks like a 1-up machine. Kind of cool. So anyways, we're gonna leave that off. Whoop, there we go. And now I was just talking about storage. It's weird because there's no storage up front on this unit. And it was something I was kind of surprised by, but there's no storage here, but there is a really nice big trunk out back. It's got a good little handle, fairly dry. Yesterday, I was riding this thing like crazy, went through some water, went through some mud. I had my hat and, you know, a couple things back here. Everything stayed pretty dry. It's not like water sealed, so, you know, things could potentially get dirty. As long as you put them in there and close it up real tight, it's gonna stay pretty dry. But you know what? You know what our best friend is as off-roaders? Ziploc bags. Throw all your stuff in a Ziploc bag, you know, chuck it in there. It's all safe. It's gonna stay dry all day. Perfect. Perfect. Composite racks. Okay, you got a 100-pound rack capacity up front, 200 in the back. That's lots of space, and there are tons of link point accessories points on here. So, and lots of spots to tie down. I like composite racks. Nothing wrong with steel racks. Guys like steel racks because, you know, they're really utility. I just think these racks look way better, and, you know, because it's link stuff, You can put a ton of stuff on it anyways, and they tie down just as good. So I don't know, that's my feeling. You tell me what you like. We can talk about it in the comments section. What else can we talk about here? Like I was saying, this is a 650. Okay, so I love this engine. I'm gonna start it up. It's a V-twin, sounds great. Let's get on top of her here and get this thing fired up. Key switch, power on, brake. Oh yeah, she sounds real mean, real mean. It's got a nice rumble at low idle. And that just sounds super rad. I love the way this thing sounds. Excellent. It's a really nice engine, lots of power on top. Like I said, 62 horsepower. Let me just shut her down here. 62 horsepower is a ton of power, especially when you're trail riding. You're not gonna really necessarily need more than that. Everybody wants an 850, everybody wants a 1000. I'm telling you though, if you find one of these things online, you know, or you bought a 2022 and you have the 650 engine, you're probably really happy with it. And I'm telling you, if you're looking to shop for one and you find a 650, great engine. Really, really nice engine. One of the other features of this is dynamic power steering, which I actually love. You've got a minimum setting, a medium setting, and a max setting. Really easy. I'll show you right now how you can do that. And we'll just start her up again. And you can see just by pushing this yellow button, you push and hold for a second, and up on the screen, it says max right here. I push again, now it says min, and I push and hold again. Oops, sorry, push and hold again. We're back to max, min, medium. You can just cycle through, it's just push and hold for just a second. You know, really nice feature, but you choose. You've got your three settings, minimum, medium, and max. Yesterday, I tried it in every category, tried all three just to make sure that I could get a feel for it. I pretty much stayed in medium most of the day. That's where I feel comfortable. That's the correct amount of input I feel for this setting. The only time I really used the max setting was when we got into some really aggressive parts of the trail. You can see there's some snow on the ground, so some rocks are covered, but we got into some really rocky hill climbing areas, and just having that little bit extra input was really nice. You know, there's no bar whip, and I mean, it's a day later, and my back and shoulders feel amazing. I don't have any pains. You know, don't need a chiropractor visit. So I really do like the way that their dynamic power steering is set up. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about, I asked everybody what they wanted to know about this machine in our community comments section. And one thing that was brought up was the heat that comes in the footwells. And like, I gotta tell you, I was checking this all day yesterday, but we're in Ontario, Canada. It's 0 degrees out. There's snow on the ground. That's 0 Celsius, about 32 Fahrenheit. It's cool. So I was checking all day, and it was a little warm to the touch. When I took my gloves off, felt my hand, it's like a little warm, but it wasn't like uncomfortably warm. That said though, I don't mean to discredit anyone who says it is warm, because I don't know, riding in hot summer weather, or, you know, down in Georgia somewhere where it's like kind of hot and gross weather all the time, it might get a little extremely warm. I don't know for sure, and I wish I could give you accurate information, but I didn't necessarily mention that in my test ride because I didn't have the best information for you. So anyways, that's where I stand right there. It was noted. I did read what you guys were saying, tried to figure that out, but I couldn't give you accurate enough information to tell you a solid yes or no. So, you know, if anyone else has experienced that heat necessarily, mention it in the comments section. We'll have a little talk about that. I like hearing your opinions, especially from people who actually ride this in a real world scenario and actually own one. Getting owners' opinions on this stuff is really important to me as well. Now, let's talk just a sec real quick about the suspension on this machine. The MAX XT is funny. We have arched A arms up front, and then your torsional trailing arm suspension in the back end. I think it's 9.2 inches of travel up front, 9.9 in the back. There's 11 inches of ground clearing, which is right on par with the Sportsman Touring, okay, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna compare this Model 2 as a benchmark. With this XT package though, it's just these steel body twin tube gas emulsion shocks. They're not anything special at all, but Can-Am does a pretty good job of setting up this entire suspension package so it rides really well with one person or with two. And you know, for what these shocks are, I was pretty okay with it when I was doing my riding yesterday. Should be noted though, you can move up to an XTP or a Limited, and they come with Fox 1.5 QS3 shocks, so 3-position shocks, which is an excellent shock package. Myself personally, if I was gonna buy a model, I don't always go for like a base model, and I don't go for the top of the line version. I like to get a couple extra things. I think the XTP package is cool because, like I said, it's got the winch, it's got these beautiful brush guards and the rear bumper, and it's also got the tires that I would actually put on an ATV if I was going to shop for something in the aftermarket. But I mean, the only thing it doesn't have is the shocks. You can find one of these and ride it all day without the shocks, but you can upgrade the shocks yourself, whether you want to put on some Elkas, you know, or something with more adjustability than the QS3s. QS3 is actually a really nice shock, but if you want something with more adjustability, you can do that, but the choice is yours. And if you choose to just ride these stockers, you're gonna have a blast. They're fine. They're totally fine. Now, one of the other questions you guys asked to talk about is how to service these vehicles and your service points. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of comb over a few things and show you where a couple of things are here. We come in close, we've got the rear seat off here. I wanna show you what's under the seat here. So just pop that seat off there, get my little pile of cushions and stuff up here. Now you've got access to your battery here. And if I pop this off here, that's where I can get access to your air filter, and it just pops off here. Give me one sec. Oh, that real snug, boom. But that just comes right out of there. There you go. So you can service that. Goes back on. There we go. It snaps on real tight. Now, you guys asked about clutches. Like, what if you blow a belt on the trail? Okay, so here's the thing. Can-Am does not make a consumer-friendly, serviceable ATV, okay? To get decent enough access to all your clutches and everything, I mean, I'm sure you could do this on the trail. I wouldn't recommend it. You've got to take off, your footwell. There's a bunch of screws in here that you've got to undo. There's some fastener points in here and back here, and then you've got to pull this whole plastic panel off here just to be able to get access to that. And then of course you got to take your clutch cover off, and then you have full access to everything. The reality is, and that's even if you brought a belt with you. So here's the thing. Better than that, if you do blow a belt, the best thing that you could pack is a tow strap, and just take the hit when your buddy has to tow you out and he's laughing at you, and give him a thumbs up or a peace sign when he takes pictures of you towing your machine out, and he's going to post them all over social media and drive you crazy. I'd rather get my machine home though and service it at home than try to do this trail side, because that really would suck. You know, once you get your clutch cover off too though, it does have the rubber seal, so just make note of that you don't want to damage that, because you don't want any leaking or anything getting into your clutches when you put it back on. So it's a project and a half. I did find a really awesome video online that shows how to disassemble everything and get access to the clutches, and I'll put that in the description. Might be worth checking out. It's not one of our videos, but the guy did a great job. I think it's awesome. So I'll put that there, and you guys can check that out, and you know, then you'll know what I'm talking about here. Reality is, it's not a job for an introductory level job. If you have some mechanical skill and think you can do it, hey, go for it. You know, I'm not going to say that you can't. It's just not as easy a job as you might think it would be. One of the things about this machine, I was kind of like frustrated with, I like it when the machines come with a little tool pack, and this didn't have one. It doesn't have a tool pack anywhere with it. Tell me if your Outlander Max does have one, but this one doesn't. So I'm kind of a guy that likes to be prepared when I go out riding and stuff. So perfect opportunity for you to pop into your local Princess Auto store, pick up, you know, a 10mm wrench, you know, maybe a couple of sockets and a ratchet. I think that clutch cover's 532. You know, you can get yourself that. Get yourself a Phillips head. Get yourself a flathead screwdriver. Maybe some pliers. Tie all that together with an elastic band, or steal your wife's makeup bag and throw all your stuff in there and just pop it in your trunk. It's great to have that stuff if you are out on the trail and there's something that does need to be fixed. If you're stuck out there and you don't want to take a shot at it, you know, you need the tools to do it. So it's best to be prepared. And you know, just that's my little shameless plug for one of our sponsors. But hey, it's a great store and they will have everything you find. You can usually get it at a good price at Princess Auto anyway, so worth talking about. Anyways, that's sort of everything where we're at with this vehicle. I've had a blast driving it. I want to know what you guys think of this machine. I want to know what you think of the 650 engine. If you have any questions that you didn't ask me, let's talk about it in the comments section. I'll look up information. Like I said, this is a 2022. You guys really often ask us what the pricing is of these machines. And you know, I was on the Can-Am website, and like I said, it's a 2022 and they don't have the 650 available. They also don't have any of their 2022 pricing available anymore. So in 23, this comes with an 850 and you're looking at about, I think it's 16.5 Canadian, which is just around 14 grand US, I think, for the Max XT with the 850 in it. So I can't really accurately give you a price. It's not going to be that much for a 650, but you know, that's around where you're looking at. If you're buying used, you're buying something online, you're probably going to find it for a better price than that. Anyhow, that's where we're at with this unit. If you have any questions, I want you to put your questions in the comments section below. Let's get a conversation started. It's me checking everything. It's me reading everything, and usually me responding to everything too. So you got a direct access to me that way. And if you stumbled upon this video and you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We love that. Snap that like button and also ding the little bell so you get all the alerts for our upcoming videos. We're going to be posting more all throughout the winter, so you get lots of videos and lots of updates on our content. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching.